Afternoon, guys. I'm just going to run through some of the comments for the last video because I want to explain a few things related to properties. First thing is about properties is the prices I quote are what the people that own the properties want. Because some people said the last one was a bit expensive. That, as it says in the description, that's what he wants, but he's negotiable. My personal view is I think if you went 155, 160, 165, you'd probably take it. There's other apartments in that area that, well, similar size, that's the sort of values they're at. So in fact, there was one behind that one, I think it was 2 rows up, that sold last week for 160, but it wasn't in the same condition. So I agree with you, some of them are expensive, but that's one of the things you get in La Mata. A lot of people have bought properties before the crash and still trying to keep the value up. This is why I'm asking for more people to give me some more rentals, because there's people that will rent them from you. The apartments, I've got 3 opposite me, which are empty, right? There has been nobody in them for more than a week in 3 years. Yet these people are hanging on to get another 20,000 out of the property, where they'd rented them out, they'd have got probably at least the 10,000 back of that 20,000, which means they could have taken a 10,000 loss and sold it. But these are people that own their properties. It's negotiable. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not sticking 20,000 from my back pocket. I don't do that. That's the whole point. I don't get into that. There is real estate agents that do that, but for me, I'm giving the price direct from the owner. I went to the house there. The guy wants to sell his home, and he said, "This is how much I want for it." That's it. But as I said, negotiable. The other one was Paul Helm. That's the worst videotaping I've ever seen. First thing is, it's not on videotape. Although the apartment the other day had a video player, But yeah, that's the first one I've seen in years. But anyway, I know a lot of these comments come from people that can't view in 360, so you may not actually you may not have access to this, which is basically you can actually spin around inside the house. Now, you could even put those in one of those Google masks, and you could spin the whole thing around and look around inside the building. It's a whole 360 view. You can look at the ceilings, you can look at the floor, you can look at the kitchen, you can look at the windows. That's why they're in 360. So you can look around. So if you're not getting a good viewing experience, it's probably the software on your computer that's not set up for it. There's not a lot I can do about that. That's why there's some of the other ones, I've got slideshows as well, and I've got slideshows for this one as well, which I'll add into another video where they're just flat slideshows. But what I try and do is do a mix of the two for people that don't have access to being able to spin it around. Although I think YouTube have got it built in, so if you watch it on a computer screen, a desktop computer, you can actually move around by pulling inside the video with your mouse. It will actually pull you around the screen. So I hope that answers your question. And yeah, another comment related to the price of the property. It's what the owner wants, but like I said, it's negotiable. Somebody's asking if I can help them find an apartment in Torrevieja. Yes, I'll be in touch. I'll send you an email about that. Now, one of the other comments, who's this one? 88 Mark 86. The matter looks like a concrete jungle on the beach. I don't see any trees, landscaping, or greenery anywhere. La Mata is sitting between 2 sets of dunes. The video you commented on is that at the other end of La Mata. This end where I'm literally sitting now, there are sand dunes to the left of me, and there's trees and stuff like that side, and it's all preserved. There's other videos of me walking around in there. That's protected. Behind me is the nature park. So the beach is this side. You walk that way for 2 minutes, you're in a huge nature park with a salt lake in the middle of it. There's hiking, trekking, picnic areas, massive area over there. Head this way, you've got the plaza, which is a nice seating area, lots of restaurants, things like that. There's a wooden boardwalk that runs all the way along the beach, and then when you get to where the video you're commenting on, which is a 3-bedroom beach house, that one is right next to the entrance to that is on the wooden boardwalk, and then you walk across and you'll hit another large boardwalk with shops and restaurants on it, and then get to the end of that. There is more sand dunes. There's an aqua park. There's also a video on the aqua park as well, where they've got a water fountain and cascading drops of little waterfalls that go through it. No, it's not concrete jungle. There's a lot of stuff already covered. That's why go through the older videos and you'll see a lot of this stuff is actually already in it. I don't cover doing all the videos about like the water parks and stuff in every property video. The reason these property videos are there is for 2 reasons. One, the first thing is that I can give you the prices and stuff straight from the buyers, or from the sellers, and can make a direct connection with yourself so you can get a good deal on a property. The second reason being is that people get ideas of what things cost, the different types of properties, where they are, the sizes, because that's why I do them in 360, so you can get a perspective of the size of the properties. Because photos don't really tell you a lot. I know that's why I try and do a lot of this in 360. I could do the measurements and stuff, but at the same time, is it worth me measuring up all these properties with my time? I have very limited time as it is. Today is the first day I've had some spare time in 3 months. And today I've just had another job offer come in for the UK. But we're busy all the time. Today is the first day the kids are back at school. So it's the first day I've actually been able to just simply come to the house and do a video. I've just had the phone ring because the guys are moving the telephone connection from here to the new house. So even on a quiet day like today, this video is going to be done, going to be uploading it, go and meet my wife at the other house, and then we're going to go and pick the kids up for school. So yeah, I can't sit there and do the nice pretty drawings of the room layouts and stuff, and it's the same reason a lot of others don't do it. Is quite simply there's a lot of properties for sale, and I think the 360 videos is probably the quickest and easiest way of seeing where things are. But if you'd actually said to me, Matt, what is there in the area, I would have told you. I would also tell you, one of the good things I do for information is I get Google Earth out, Google Maps, put the address in, and just look above, and you can see everything around it. The schools are very nearby, the hospital's nearby. Torrevieja, you can cycle there, it's not far at all. I do cycle there, and there's a library and things like that. I mean, even La Mata has got its own clinic. There's a lot of stuff nearby. And the good thing about La Mata compared to Torrevieja is it's not as busy as Torrevieja. Torrevieja is an absolute nightmare for parking. La Mata, you get the 2.5 months of the year when it's full-blown holiday season, and it's an absolute nightmare. I end up parking in the next town. It's just easier to walk it. But the rest of the year, no problem whatsoever. Well, I hope that answers some of your questions. So what else have we got today? Yeah, kids are back at school. All this computer gear will be moving to the new house. As soon as these guys turn up with the phone and say they're going to move it, as soon as that's moved, all the computer gear goes. This apartment's coming up for rent. There is somebody actually on about renting this on the 20th, but there's a few things I want to do before we rent it out, and I've talked to the landowner this week, the property owner, because I'm going to paint all the ceilings. One of the things we had a couple of years back was a water leak from above. The apartment above had a water leak, and it took them over a year to get the insurance and everything sorted out. But by that time, I mean, we had to get some of it replastered, but we now just need to give this one a full-blown paint, and I'll paint all the way through so it's all fresh, and then this apartment will be coming up for rent. But this is a nice little apartment, 2-bedroom, right next to the beach, and we're happily living here for the last 3 years, but it's just that now the kids get a bit bigger, they need their own rooms, so we're moving from a 2-bed to a 4-bedroom. Simple as that. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me your questions. One of the things I will say as well, because I started doing some maintenance services recently, and we can do small projects to big projects. We can install swimming pools, we can refurbish kitchens, bathrooms, painting. It's like Igor picked up a contract recently. I can't remember, it's at least 50 homes. Now I'm not sure if that's apartments or villas, but it's to paint them all. Because there's a lot of developments in Spain which they either have been sat empty since the slump, and now the banks have offloaded them to developers, so they're refurbing them and putting them up on the market again. So they need painting and stuff that was never finished, installing windows, because obviously they didn't pay the window fitters, so they took all the windows out when the crunch come. So there's a lot of repairs on those types of properties because they're coming back on the market now. So be aware of that if you're buying a property. Although it's a new property, it's bare bones, may have been sat there for the last, well, since 2008. So bear that in mind as well when you're buying a new build. It may not actually be that new. It could be a project that's been sat there for years, just unfinished, and now they've finished it because they can actually sell them on. But yeah, he picked up a large project for that. Igor's been doing work in La Mata for the last 9 years, but I think he's been here, it's at least 18 years, doing construction work in this whole area. But yeah, small projects to big projects. And if you look at the work in the 3-bedroom beach house, the new windows and shutters and that's Igor's work. There's another, where's another one? Wait. A lot of the ones where you see new kitchens in them, that's Igor as well. Igor installed those. And we do small jobs to big projects. An example of that was yesterday. I mean, it was Sunday afternoon. I was still running around on a Sunday. But somebody had a picture fall off the wall. And basically, they haven't got a drill, can't fix it, but they just need it on the wall because they've got somebody coming to rent the apartment out. They called us up, and I just went over there with a drill, drilled a hole, well plugged, screw in the wall, job done. So large and small projects, don't really care. At the end of the day, we'll pretty much cover most things because we know what it's like. I mean, I know myself when I come here trying to find tools, good tools to actually do some of the stuff that I needed to do on the vehicle, on the house and stuff. I ended up ordering stuff from Germany, Screwfix and things like that because I needed to find good tools. Because a lot of them are expensive here, and finding things like Makita, DeWalt, good brand stuff, it's either expensive or it's hard to find. So that's why I buy this stuff, and that's why people quite happily pay for me to go and put a picture on the wall because it's fell off the wall. Because at the end of the day, they ain't got a drill. It's much easier to just say, "Yeah, Matt, can you do this for us?" Then 5 minutes up the road, cost them €20, job done. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Have a great weekend. Well, it's not the weekend, it's the start of the week. Have a great week.